What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some Destiny 2 news. Some of it coming in the form of This Week at Bungie, and they give us some additional previews for updates in the December patch, some quality of life stuff, as well as a few teasers for content in the 30th anniversary event. There's some pretty cool stuff there. They also speak about moments of triumph for the year, and launch prep for December 7th. So I hope you guys enjoy the video as always, and if you do, be sure to get subscribed to the channel for more D2 content, but now let's get into it. Starting out today, let's speak a little bit about some new info we've got regarding the 30th anniversary event. We get a bit more information about some of the content, which is pretty awesome. And according to the Xbox and Steam pages, on top of the new dungeon, the Galahorn exotic rocket launcher, the Thorn armor set, and the arsenal of weapons, gear, and cosmetics, 30th anniversary owners will also get access to additional reward chests in the free Dares of Eternity activity. DMG on Twitter confirmed that will partially consist of a cosmetic reward chest after playing the free activity in order to redeem the treasure room. And right here, the pages also have some concept art, and there are various different chests that we're able to open, so that's pretty cool, and we see that kind of menagerie inspiration there as well. And as we can see, there are different icons above the chests, which indicate some of the drops we're going to be able to get. So there are different armor icons like gauntlets and leg armor, but others for cosmetics like ghost shells and ships. So in this activity, we're going to be opening a specific chest to target a certain type of reward, which is pretty cool. Additionally here though, Bungie shared an image where we can see Xur in the Plains of the Nine, and so this should be for the free activity. And we can see there are the different enemy races right there, with the wheel that spins to determine which combatants will fight. And yes, the Nine horse is also there, of course the horse that we've seen appear throughout the realms of the Nine at different points. So the narrative side of stuff is pretty curious as well. And for Grasp of Avarice, that's the new dungeon, they say plunder the new dungeon inspired by famed Cosmodrome loot caves of yore. Reveal a tale of riches and regret as you follow an adventurer who traded his humanity for treasure. So there will be some pretty cool backstory there. And we get some additional artwork here of Guardians looking into the treasure room in the free activity. And this concept actually has Xur right there, which is cool. And also in the artwork, we can see some weapons which look very similar to some Halo weapons, which are pretty similar to battle rifles or carbines from Halo. And so that's a pretty exciting prospect. And there's another image here of a kind of frozen cave with engrams stashed away. So a few additional teasers right there for some of the content in the 30th anniversary. Definitely very excited to get hands on with it next week, and give us any thoughts you have down below. Up next though in the TWAB, Bungie speak about moments of triumph. And they say this year we hope moments of triumph will be the perfect complement to the 30th anniversary release. Between your dungeon runs or your adventures in Dares of Eternity, we have a collection of rewards for you to earn in game, showing your dedication over the last year. Of course, if we complete all of the required triumphs and collect all rewards, we'll unlock the seal and the title. But then they give us a preview of some rewards, and we can see the new emblem for it this year, as well as a ghost shell and a sparrow. So those are just some of the incentives for the event. And they say if you're looking to show your Guardian's prowess in the real world, we have a new round of Bungie rewards for you to unlock and purchase from the store, including a yearly t-shirt offering, the Moments of Triumph seal pin, as well as a strange coin right there, which is pretty cool. And that's possibly going to be linked to the new content, of course. So that is Moments of Triumph kicking off next week when the update goes live alongside the 30th anniversary event. Give us any thoughts you have down below. But next, Bungie talk about quality of life updates, and they say starting next week you can swap out your armor mods instantaneously at any time with no glimmer or currency required. And the goal is to better enable build crafting on the fly, whether loading into a PvP match or prepping for a nightfall. So no longer will we need glimmer, and they say they've also seized the opportunity to make free and reversible socket actions available to all third-party Destiny apps starting on December 7th. So in addition to equipping gear and transferring items to and from the vault, your favorite D2 apps will be able to apply Armor 2.0 mods, weapon perks, shaders, ornaments, and ghost projections. So that's going to be pretty useful. And otherwise, in terms of quality of life, there are a bunch of photosensitivity changes, so those are adjustments to flashes on the screen, explosions, and various screen effects. And then for the Blind Well, they say Dreaming City weapons will now drop more frequently upon successful Blind Well completions. And they say if you're looking to round out that weapon collection, they highly recommend giving the Blind Well a few runs. And then for exotic ornaments, they say, starting next Tuesday, we'll be adding a new avenue for players to discover and acquire exotic ornaments. And while players may still hop into the Eververse store to purchase exotic ornaments, they'll also be visible and purchasable when inspecting a given exotic weapon or armor piece. As an example, Le Monarch will be receiving a sweet new ornament in the 30th anniversary release. And when booting up Destiny 2, you can inspect the bow, tab down to the ornament section, and purchase the ornament straight from the weapon itself. And for armor pieces, this can be done either by inspecting the armor itself or through the Guardian Appearance screen. So an interesting change there, they're going to make it easier to purchase those ornaments. And they say that featured ornaments may be purchased with silver, and if the ornament is available for Bright Dust on a given week, it'll also be available for Bright Dust on the inspection screen. So that inspection screen will also represent current Eververse offers at the time, and otherwise I guess means that exotic ornaments will be available indefinitely for purchase via the weapon screen. So also give us any thoughts you have about that. And then for other patch notes for Rusted Lands, they fixed an issue where dynamic objects like barrels or bricks with physics and hive exploding objects were missing from the map. They also have a ton of fixes for the Corrupted, including reducing the overall length of the strike by removing taken combatants in the Dark Ascendant Plane hallway leading up to the elevator, adjustments to spawns at various points, bug fixes and more, so that generally should improve the experience inside of Corrupted. And they say, what about Dune Marchers? A few weeks back, we let players know a few issues with Dune Marchers would be addressed, and the goal is to remove instances of players being double chained by lightning created by these exotic legs. Please note it will still be possible to die to chain lightning when having low health, but once a player is hit by Dune Marcher's lightning chain, they cannot be hit again for 2 seconds, and additionally Dune Marcher's lightning now only chains on targets that are alive. So some adjustments there, we'll have to see how they play in the game. And for Icefall Mantle, stasis overshields can now be cancelled by pressing the class ability input once more. And that is a slight improvement for the exotic. But next Tuesday they will have a full list of patch notes, and the goal is to get them released a little earlier in the morning before the update actually drops on Tuesday. Up next though, they say display-only text chat will be available for all consoles with the release of the 30th anniversary pack on December 7th, and with the launch of Witch Queen, USB keyboard text chat will arrive for consoles. So they say for the 30th anniversary, we'll be able to turn on text chat display in the settings, and by using the ghost menu, you'll be able to bring up the display again if you've missed a message. But players won't be able to send messages, and will only be able to read what PC players are putting into chat. But USB keyboard text chat on consoles will arrive with Witch Queen. They say you won't be able to move your character via the keyboard, but you'll be able to invoke the text chat window by pressing enter, and then essentially use text chat via that keyboard in the same way that you can on PC. So that's going to be really useful for console players. We get the partial update next week and then the full functionality, I guess, in Witch Queen in February. And for the update next week, they say at 8 AM PST, which is 4 PM UTC, D2 maintenance will begin. It'll be taken offline at 8:45 AM, which is 4:45 UTC. And then at 9 AM, the typical reset time, which is 1700 UTC, D2 update 3.4.0 will begin rolling out across all platforms and regions. And hopefully, from there we won't be sitting in a queue for ages to get into the game. Although as always, no promises on that front, especially on a launch day. They also point out in TWAB that Trials Freelance is returning this weekend, and they also say that December 16th will be the last TWAB of the year, so they're announcing it in advance, and on December 31st to January 3rd, they'll be running another Trials Labs Freelance. But also expect additional Capture Zone and Freelance early in February before Witch Queen launches. But all of that is stuff that they'll keep us posted on. Another thing to mention right here, but Bungie have announced some new rewards for their Game to Give campaign for 2021. And the Game to Give charity event supports the Bungie Foundation and the various charities that they support via that, including their iPads for Kids program. And you can get extra details about those donations specifically, but they are offering some new incentive rewards this year, including the Altrux Pura Mark 1 exotic ship, a kind of heart-shaped ship right there with the Bungie Foundation logo on the side. That will be a $50 donation incentive. There's also the High Five Heart multiplayer exotic emote. We get a little clip of it right there, and that's a $35 donation incentive. And then $20 donations will get the Arc Propellant emblem, with $10 donations getting the Lightkeeper emblem. So if you want to support any of those charitable efforts, I'll link the page down below that has the details about what they're for, and you can check that out if you want to get access to any of those rewards. But for today, guys, that's what we have to round up. As always, if you're new to the channel, definitely get subscribed. We've got a lot of Destiny content coming up over the next couple of weeks. But also give us any thoughts you have about the content in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this one, a like rating also really helps us out below. But otherwise, I appreciate you all tuning in and hope you have an awesome day.